The gang.
The leftover drunks pack.
Are we cutting a promo?
The gang is back together again. All three of the leftover Panthers. We are slightly intoxicated.
You guys are.
Who are you?
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know how I ended up
Is this
here.
Teddy?
How did I end
I
up
haven't
here?
seen Teddy Channon. My God, it's been like 2 episodes.
What?
It's been
It's
so
been that long?
Hey, we're back. It's 2 in the morning.
Good to see you guys.
Closing time.
Yeah.
It's 2 in the morning. Holy
We've
shit.
had a little.
It was closing time.
Whoa, fuck.
We've had a little alcohol. You want to get in frame here, bub? We like you. We like you here.
I am in frame.
Hey, we're back. It's July
We're getting this, right?
19th. Wow, I really have the wrong date in here. I wasn't even drunk when I typed this up. Hey, the gang's back together again.
That's right. For life.
Let's go around the room and talk about what's been going on in our gaming lives. This is the drunk episode, by the way.
The lost episodes.
I think this is episode, what, 9? Whatever.
Probably.
Teddy, you're on the side.
Alright.
What's been going on? And did you play any video games recently?
Well, first of all, welcome to the most must-see podcast in television history. Welcome to...
The Leftover Pants podcast.
That's right. What have I been doing? Well, you know, sometimes life gets in the way, but you know what? I've been playing some video games here and there.
Life has gotten in the way for all three of us recently, which is why we haven't been together. But
That's right.
Yeah, it happens, but the one constant in life is video games, I like to say.
That is true.
What have you been playing lately?
You know what? I know it seems like all I do is just Pokego all the time. May the Pokego gods be with you.
Pokemon Go is wonderful, though.
Yes. But, you know what? I actually finished episode 1 of Tales from the Borderlands.
Oh, what a great game. That only gets better as it goes on.
Really? Because, dude, episode 1 was really good, I'm not gonna lie. But then, you know, life got in the way and I didn't get to finish episode 2 yet, but it is on the way. That's what I've been up to gaming-wise. For sure.
Update us.
It was really good, though.
Update us next week, because I'd like to talk to you about that. That game, as for not being made by,
2K Interactive?
Shit. No. Well, yeah, but...
Well, is it Telltale that didn't?
No, but the regular Borderlands games are made by...
Gearbox.
Gearbox, there you go.
Yes.
For a game not being made by Gearbox,
Yes.
to add significantly to Borderlands lore, especially... Well, I guess we can't talk about it yet, but it gets very thick
But
in the lore department.
I gotta make a full disclosure, though.
Oh.
I have never played a Borderlands game. So, I know.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, my street card will probably take a hit on that.
No.
But you know what? Telltale Games.
That was an entry point for you into the franchise.
It was.
If a Borderlands 3 is announced, well, unveiled soon, you would be more likely to play it after playing this game, I guarantee you.
Really?
Now, this is a sequel to Borderlands 2. So, with some of the villain stuff, now the game's 2 years old, so I'll talk about it kind of openly without ruining anything for you.
Of course.
The villain from the franchise is going to make an appearance. He died at the end of Borderlands 2. So, you won't get the significance of him coming back, but I encourage you to read the wiki or look at some YouTube videos because Borderlands has very intense, very unique characters to it. With the regular Borderlands games and Tales from the Borderlands.
Really?
You will enjoy the game still, but like it would be even better served if you had the at least Borderlands 2 behind you. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about it. I want to see where you're coming from next week.
But I need to give a shout out to somebody actually, okay?
Who?
Brianna, girl, thanks for hooking me up with that, with the Mafia 3 code. Thank you. I will get to that game. Wait, was it Mafia 3?
I don't know. You tell me. I didn't play Mafia 3.
Mafia 3 is the game about being in the fictional New Orleans, right?
Yep.
Yes, so thanks, girl, for hooking me up with that download code. I will get to that game because, you know what? That game has some historical significance, and as you know, I'm a history kind of buff, and I would definitely love to learn more about what was going on during that time period in New Orleans.
I hear
so,
it's a good
Brianna,
one.
thank you.
Thank you, Brianna.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brianna.
The prequel, also known as Matt Bros.
That's right.
Inside joke, you don't get it. But you're the prequel from now on.
Sure.
What have you been playing?
Just more of the PTR and
Wait, the PTR, what's that?
Wait.
the Overwatch PTR.
Oh, the public test realm.
Yep.
Oh.
There is some Doomfist action going on the PTR right now.
Doomfist.
Not Terry Crews.
Yeah, that's not Terry Crews, thank God.
We have some more Doomfist talk to come this week.
We do. We have a little bit more.
Yeah.
Between that, I've been pretty much playing Zodiac Age. I haven't really touched anything
What's
else.
the Zodiac Age?
Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age.
Oh.
It's the HD remaster of Final Fantasy XII, of the specifically the Japanese version.
We had a long talk about it last week, but we had a technical difficulty, and nobody heard it. We kind of reiterated it a little bit, but we had quite the conversation going. Do you have anything else?
I haven't really been playing anything else, to be honest with you. I played a little bit of the new ARMS content the other day. Not a whole lot. There's a new mode and there's a new character that came out for ARMS. It's getting the same treatment as Splatoon, where over the course of a year we're going to be getting more characters and more modes, more content.
I'm sure we will. Yeah.
So I was pretty excited about that. Played a little bit of it, but to be honest with you, the significant amount of times I've had has been spent on Final Fantasy XII. So,
which is weird. You were looking forward to ARMS for so long.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it quite a bit. I started playing it, and it is a very solid game, and I give it a lot of kudos for trying something different. Is it everything that I dreamt it to be? Not exactly. What I kind of had was I had a slight disappointment in the realm of it doing that same thing that Splatoon does and not giving you any options for when you're playing the game. So, I mean, you have Grand Prix, which is like the arcade mode, and that's great, but it sprinkles in like these things that aren't fights in the Grand Prix, like a volleyball match and a basketball, like you dunk your opponent into a basketball net, and like target hit practice and shit like that, and I just did not dig it.
Yeah.
It was,
You're not the only
like,
one.
the reason why I'm playing this is to fight other characters, not to...
It's a fighting game, goddammit.
Right, and, you know, that was kind of like the disappointing part, and took away a lot of the liberties that I thought that should have been there. When it comes to Splatoon in particular, Splatoon 2 doesn't come out until the 21st, but I've been reading a lot of reviews and looking into a lot of stuff, and
it's gonna be big.
if you watch the direct, it's looking really good, but I'm afraid Splatoon 2 is kind of still carrying the torch as far as not giving you the choice to do stuff, like modes being on timers every 2 hours, which kind of sucks.
That is weird, yeah.
And Salmon Run only being available in certain times of the day. What the fuck is that? Seriously?
I remain a little more optimistic. I think Nintendo's learning. It's a company in transition, obviously.
Don't get me wrong. I appreciate what they're doing with adding more modes and more content. And they decreased it from 4 hours from changing modes to 2 hours. So they're making that progress. But I think when they realized people were getting frustrated with 4 hours, they should have just taken the barrier out.
Probably.
And made them separate modes. But I very much feel like it's Nintendo trying to have control over everything, and it's not working.
They're learning.
Yeah.
I've been playing a little game called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
PUBG.
PUBG. We talked about it a lot last week. If we have time, I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I got to number 6. Twice.
No chicken dinner, though. No chicken
Fucking A.
What does that mean?
Okay, so let's talk
Six
about
out
it.
of what? 6?
Real quick, just in case we get cut off. You basically it's a 100-player match and it's permadeath.
Okay.
So everybody drops out of an airplane on this one big map. The goal is to hurry up and try to find weapons, gear, body armor, whatever you can really quickly.
Okay.
Before somebody kills you. And the goal is to be the last man standing.
Okay.
So you start at 100. You see in the little progress bar every time somebody dies, the number constantly goes down. And every couple minutes, the game designates an area in a circle on this huge map. And they're like, hey, you have 2 minutes to get to the fucking battleground. and if not, you start taking damage until you die. So even if you're fucking far away, sorry, you chose to land in the wrong spot. You need to get to the battleground quickly to continue playing the game. So it kind of forces players to get into a smaller area.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat realistic in that you can't take a lot of hits. The bullet drop, yeah, it's a little bit more realistic than something like Call of Duty. You can't just point and aim, really. It's a little bit more complicated than that.
It has both a third-person and first-person shooting mode.
Yeah, so you really got to master switching between the two. It's very cool. It's in early access, so it's very rough, but they're improving it every week. They have weekly and monthly updates. Long story short, the goal is to last to be number 1.
Dude.
But by the time you get to like 20 and then the top 10, the circle is so small that they force you into a really small area, and it goes to shit real quick.
It's a tight situation.
Incredibly tense. Like, it's all about stealth, and like sometimes if you find a lot of gear and you like hold refuge in this bathroom or something, close the door, like you can play mind games with people, like leave a car running, or like leave doors open, like sometimes you don't know if people have been through there, or if somebody's still in there. You gotta be really careful, because once you're dead, you're dead.
You could even like drop shit and then like have people wait to come over and get it, and blow them away.
Yeah, so sometimes like the way I start matches is I fly down, I hurry up, hopefully I find a place with a lot of gear. Get a good fucking like an Uzi or an AK or something, and hopefully a pistol for last resort, or a shotgun especially for inside. Try to take refuge inside somewhere and hope that you're close to the next battleground. and just lock the fucking door and just aim. And I aim down the sights, and if I hear, it's all about sound, there's no music. So I'm wearing like a 7.1 surround sound headset, and I'm just listening, and if I hear fucking footsteps, it's just like, you better not open that fucking door, man. So like, and then of course when they fucking change the area, you're like, shit. Like now I gotta decide like how long I'm gonna wait here and play chicken. Am I gonna go soon? I mean, there's some times where, like, you hear footsteps and you know somebody's in the fucking house with you. And you're like, I have to exit soon or else I'm going to die. Like, I have to go, I have to start moving because we're about 5 miles away from the battle zone, you know? So it gets extremely tense, but I made it to number 6 twice. Like, I've been routinely getting to the top 30. But there was twice where I got to number 6, where you literally have, like, an acre of land. And by the time, usually, the times that I got down to, like, the top 20 or top 10, there's no buildings or anything in the final zone. It's just open land. So it's like, everybody gets fucked, like it's now or never.
It's a free-for-all kind of deal.
It's so disappointing, because if you last that long, it's like 40 to 50 or 60 minutes.
Well, and, you know, chances are, the funny part about it, too, is there's so many dynamics that go into it. So you could really choose to go after other people when it's in that small of a environment, or you could literally just wait.
Take a little damage and hold back.
You're right, and you can just wait back.
So
and
you're playing
wait
chicken.
for other people. Yeah,
but sometimes I wait, and then I'm like, okay, I got 30 seconds left, and now I've got to fucking wait anymore.
You have to make that split-second decision to either engage it or just.
If you have a lot of body armor, or like a motorcycle helmet, or like a lot of med packs and stuff, you can kind of hold back a little bit because you take like 3% damage for every second that you're outside of the battle zone.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, you could hold back. So my downfall lately, when I get that far, I play chicken, and then I'm like, okay, I have to get in the battle zone. Like, nobody's around. I step out into the open,
and then
I immediately get fucked. And I'm like, you fucking asshole. Alright, let's stop there. Okay.
This thing reminds me of, you guys watched the movie Battle Royale? It's a Japanese movie about delinquent teens in Japan, and they literally throw these delinquent teens onto an island, and let them battle it out and let last man standing, right?
Kind of like that.
With those designated death zones, like you have X amount of time. This southeast part of the island is now designated a death zone. You better get the hell out of that area.
That's pretty much what it's like.
I gotta get the name of that movie though. Sounds pretty dope.
You will love it.
It's called Battle Royale.
With an E.
I'm gonna watch it.
Real quick, that's the only thing I've played this week.
There's a part 1 and 2. Royale with cheese with an E.
Really?
Okay, let's do it. It's like Battle Royale.
Too. Yeah, it's like Battle Royale.
Exactly.
With cheese.
Excellent.
The Arch Burger. What was that called?
Royale with cheese.
Ugh.
Shit.
But what?
Don't be such a square.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
We are live.
I'm 100% sure. I see the REC.
Alright. Alright.
So what's next?
Oh, there it is. I found it.
Sit down. Alright, so here's the...
That stays, right?
Yeah, that's staying.
Yes.
Here's the itinerary for tonight. New releases. Corrections. A whole page of corrections.
Oh, shit.
Matt and I really fucked up last week. We got the quick hits, and then a friend of mine said we should call the big story the big thing.
The big
Because
thing.
we have a zipper now for the pants transition.
Ooh.
It's kind of funny because we're children. And then Quiztacular 9, we have something
No.
somewhat special planned. The scores are still Matt 3, Justin 2, Teddy 1, Guest 0. Okay, so here's the new releases. Real quick, just gonna go through some stuff. What Remains of Edith Finch, a modern classic apparently. I haven't played it. It's coming to Xbox One on July 19th, today. It was previously a timed exclusive for PS4 and PC.
Yep.
Splatoon 2 for Switch on July 21st, gonna be big.
Never heard of it.
Fortnite on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on July 25th. Hey Peteman, July 28th on 3DS, and Miitopia, July 28th on 3DS.
Yes.
Miitopia actually looks kind of cool. Okay, so, I had some fun with this. I actually watched every second of the last episode twice. Matt, we've got some corrections, okay? Are you ready?
I probably figured that we did.
It's okay, it's some good stuff. Alright, here's the corrections for the record. Let the record show.
I didn't mess up.
You did not mess up last week.
I didn't show up, so I
The
couldn't
week
mess
before
up.
we had 0 corrections. Now we made up for it. Okay, here we go.
Motherfucker.
Yuna. Yuna is the name of the love interest, the female love interest from Final Fantasy
I
X.
knew that. Yeah.
Oh, you messed that up.
Wait a minute.
Even drunk, I know that.
Wait a minute. Dave Fuller, you might have seen him a couple episodes ago. He's a good friend of ours.
He's a puppet.
Made a super cool new
Dave.
logo for us, by the way, in Minecraft, which you'll see at the beginning and end of this podcast.
What's up, Dave?
Sup, Dave?
Thanks, Dave.
Dave says Lulu.
Not a puppet.
Lulu, we knew Yuna. Lulu was the Black Mage style female character.
That's
He wanted us to know.
That's who I was thinking of.
She's pretty hot.
Except I was thinking
She's
of
pretty
She is pretty hot.
I think last
She's
week I
got
was
some
thinking.
boobs.
I think last week I was thinking Luna, but it was actually Lulu.
Correct. These are corrections.
Yeah.
So, Final Fantasy V was indeed remastered twice. Once on GBA, Game Boy Advance in 2009, and on Steam and iOS in 2013.
Oh.
So we were kind of halfway right about that.
Yep. So that's not really a correction, but more of an elaboration.
Yeah, we're just... Yeah, let's go with that. I, last week, called Doomfist Doom Watch last week on accident, because I was getting a little excited about Doomfist. Just as a clarification, Doomfist is from Nigeria, not Western Africa, not the Congo, and not Zimbabwe. And he was also trained in Dambe and
I said Dambe.
Gitabigo, martial arts styles. Okay.
I fucking said Dambe.
Alright.
You can look back at it.
Alright.
Assholes.
Crash Bandicoot 2, I called The Wrath of Cortex. Crash Bandicoot 2 was actually Cortex Strikes Back.
Yes.
Crash Bandicoot 4 was actually The Wrath of Cortex. Castlevania, now we're talking about the Super NES Classic Edition, which you missed out on.
Oh, you fucked that up.
Nope, I was kind of right. Castlevania Rondo of Blood was originally released for the TurboGrafx 16 in Japan, but it was indeed later ported and remixed on the SNES as Castlevania Dracula X in North America in 1995, and it was remade in somewhat 3D for PSP as Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles in 2007. I said Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse was a prequel to Castlevania 1, but that's not entirely accurate. The official timeline is as follows. At the very beginning of Castlevania, it's Castlevania Lament of Innocence on PS2, Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, Castlevania The Adventure on Game Boy, and then Castlevania 1. For clarification's sake. Each episode of the Castlevania show on Netflix, which I'm about halfway through, Oh.
Welcome to the Leftover
We're having-
Hamstring Podcast.
We're having physical difficulties and technical difficulties.
What happens when you get old? Father Time's undefeated.
Alright, to continue. Each episode of the Castlevania show on Netflix is between 23 and 30 minutes long. The entire season is less than 100 minutes. Oh.
Wow, it's less than 100 minutes? Holy shit.
It was supposed to be a made-for-TV movie, or direct-to-video movie, and they turned it into a Netflix series. Season 2 will be an actual TV show.
Neato.
Technically, the original Kirby Superstar came bundled with 9 games, not 8. The 9 games are Spring Breeze, Dynablade, Gourmet Race, The Great Cave Offensive, Revenge of Meta Knight, Milky Way Wishes, The Arena, Samurai Kirby, and Megaton Punch for those nostalgic. Contra 3 The Alien Wars was not an SNES exclusive, despite what I said. It was eventually ported to Game Boy as Contra The Alien Wars in 1994, and Contra Advance The Alien Wars EX in 2002.
Yep.
For clarification's sake, the SNES Classic Edition comes with different games in North America than it does in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
North American exclusives are Earthbound, Kirby's Dream Course, Super Castlevania 4, Super Punch-Out, and Street Fighter II Turbo Hyper Fighting. But the Japanese version exclusives are Fire Emblem Mystery of the Emblem, which is Fire Emblem 3, which I don't think we ever got.
No, I don't think you got it.
The Legend of the Mystical Ninja, Panel de Pon, which is Tetris Attack, Super Soccer, and Super Street Fighter II The New Challengers. Remember we said not the Turbo version. Finally, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 was Sega's most successful game ever, not Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It sold 15 million copies.
2 is with Tails, right?
Yep. The original didn't have Tails?
No.
Really?
Yeah, the original
One
one
sucked.
Yeah.
2 was where it's at. Alright, so we got these quick hits. Jump in if you feel like it. Here's the news for this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Hit us.
Gran Turismo Sport is officially releasing on October 17th, 2017, if you can believe it.
No.
Ni no Kuni 2 was delayed until January 2018.
Son of a bitch.
You didn't know that?
I wanted that fucking game so bad.
That was... I think we're also going to get Xenoblade Chronicles 2 delayed, but...
I agree.
That would, like, ruin my fucking year if both of those get delayed. Holy fuck.
Did you hear about this one?
I'll, like, kill myself. That's not cool.
Did you hear about this one? Fire Emblem Fates, the Complete Edition for Switch, was leaked on Amazon Spain with box art.
Fire Emblem Fates, the
With
Complete Edition?
all 3 versions of Fire Emblem Fates on one cartridge for Switch.
Oh, that's fucking badass. I'll buy a Fire Emblem game again. Congratulations.
That makes one of us, I guess.
Thank you, Nintendo, for getting some fucking common sense, for Christ's sake. If that's actually true.
If it's
not,
real.
I take it back.
Square insists that Kingdom Hearts 3 will release in 2018, and they showed off a Toy Story World in-game.
Check it out at the Leftover Pants page.
I'm done with Kingdom Hearts. We discussed that, right?
He's a little biatch
I'm a
when it
little
comes
Kingdom
to Kingdom
Hearts
Hearts
bitch.
games. My opinion, from someone who's played all of the Kingdom Hearts games and absolutely loves the franchise. I think Toy Story is really cool. I'm just really concerned about the overall plot of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the first 2 games were kind of about, like, the Disney princesses, and then, their hearts were going to be used to open Kingdom Hearts, and then the darkness was going to flood into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kingdom Hearts 2 was kind of like the aftermath of what happened after the events of Kingdom Hearts 1, and some of the stuff in between. Because Sora obviously lost his memories and grew up and stuff like that. But Kingdom Hearts 3 kind of has this theme of, like, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, where they're shoving whatever popular fucking movie down their throat. Like, oh, you're gonna have Big Hero 6, you bitch! And they start shoving it down there, and we're gonna have, like, a fucking Frozen World. I'm calling it right now, Frozen World.
They've already announced
Yeah,
that.
right.
What?
Yeah.
There's a Big Hero
There's gonna be
6 world as well.
There's a Big Hero 6 and Frozen. And it's gonna make it really cheesy and shitty because they're gonna have absolutely fucking nothing to do other than cameos. And
But I love Anna and Elsa.
Can I just throw something in there?
Sorry, it's gonna suck.
What I've noticed with Disney and Marvel as a whole, with their video games and their comics and their movies a lot lately,
they're shilling really fucking hard.
And Star Wars also, to a lesser extent.
They shilled Star Wars and Spider-Man.
They shove everything that's new into these games.
Right.
It's like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, they're shoving like...
Avengers and Gap.
You know, the modern Avengers, the characters that are popular in the movies. They're not... In Kingdom Hearts, they're not putting in like, you know, Cinderella or fucking... I know they did in the old ones, but I mean like... There's so many classic Disney franchises
like,
that
Moana
they could throw.
would make more sense than...
Mulan?
No, Moana. Moana, the new Disney princess. Moana.
I don't like the new stuff.
She would honestly make more sense
that would
to
make
me
sense, yeah.
than like, and have the... I'm sorry, I didn't really watch Moana, but the big guy who plays the fucking rock as one of your companion characters, that'd be so fucking cool. I think his name's Maui or some shit. That'd be amazing.
But my point is, why don't they have some of the classic fucking characters for people our age? That, you know, like Dumbo or fucking... Like, Toy Story is cool, but Toy Story is still...
going to be playing Kingdom Hearts 3.
I beg to differ.
I don't think little kids are going to play Kingdom Hearts 3.
But that's why they're putting the new stuff in, is to appeal to the people that are younger today, like Big Hero 6. I don't give a fuck about Big Hero 6. You know what I mean? Like, I want some of the classic... Like, that's why I was into Disney Infinity for a while, at least, because they put a lot of the fucking... They had the new stuff, but they also had the classic characters.
Like Pirates of the Caribbean and shit.
No, that's not old. That's new school. Like...
Pirates of the Caribbean's pretty fucking old.
Not for us! That was college for us!
It's a 20-year-old franchise.
It's not 20 years old. It came out in 2004.
Spoiler alert, it's almost fucking 2020, asshole.
But
we're getting pretty close.
No! My point is they had things.
Asshole.
My point is they also had classic characters like, you know, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse that haven't had a fucking movie in like 50 years. Or, you know, the Fantasia... Okay, well, you're... Gen Gap, I'm saying what's appealing to me.
Fucking Mickey Mouse. Ooh, fuck.
Dude.
Okay, I'll talk to you then. Something that's fucking appealing for people our age, not just fucking Big Hero 6, Mulan, fucking Toy Story, and all the shit that came out that came out when we were older. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see shit like classic Disney franchises. You know what I'm saying? Not just... Or for fucking Marvel, they're doing like Mega Man X, fucking this dude from Dark...
Mega Man isn't Marvel though.
Okay, but I mentioned specifically Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite as one of these new Marvel/Disney games. Yeah. That they're focusing on the new stuff. They don't even have the X-Men in the new game.
Yeah.
What?
They can't afford the fucking Fox license.
No, it has nothing to do with Fox. They're just trying not to promote Fox's films. They own the rights to the non-live-action characters. Regardless, that's my thought on
Oh my god,
Kingdom Hearts.
There's so much contention between that because they're shilling so fucking hard. It's really annoying.
I like that
they're trying to shill the new shit.
Showing it. Yeah.
Well, I honestly, besides that, I have no opinion on Kingdom Hearts, but...
he has one, it's just not favorable.
Yeah.
I gave up. I gave it 3 really solid tries. Once when the game first came out, both of them on PS2, the first 2. Once when they were re-released on PS3, and then again when they were re-released on PS4, and they still didn't fix the fuck controls. Okay, I can't. I'm not, no.
He's out. I'm done. Probably cut this section.
Oh, we're almost done.
Alright.
Alright. A new Oculus headset is rumored. It's codenamed Pacific. It's to release... You are Mr. Negative Nancy tonight.
I'm not...
What just going... fuck? And I haven't even... It's not even out of my mouth yet, and you're already like... Jesus Christ.
Lost episodes,
Codename Pacific.
It's rumored to release next year for less than $200, and it does not require a PC. You just put your cell phone in it. Like a...
Samsung VR.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's the Samsung VR headset.
That's all it's called? Okay, yeah. Basically that.
Ooh.
I mean...
I don't know how
extra options is nice.
I think there's probably more money in the sub $200 range than there is in the over $600 range, to be honest with you. Because the sub $200 range, all you have to have is really a cell phone that's newer, and then with this like over $600 headset range, you have to have like a PC that's pretty beefy.
Yeah.
You have to have a whole bunch of other prerequisites.
I think the problem with them really trying to expand the VR market is the price. So if it's only $200, it's cord free, and it's relatively hassle free in terms of there's no dollar. Well, there is a dollar value to barrier of entry, but $200, like you said, is better than a $600 headset plus a $1,500 PC that requires you to fucking.
You know what's kind of interesting? I mean, maybe it's a topic for another time, but you know how Oculus was purchased by Facebook, right?
Yep.
Imagine if you could like stream Facebook Live from your
VR
headset.
They've talked about that.
And like, it's just seeing a live feed of what you can see. So you just put it in. You are obviously you're looking at the camera feed, so it's going to be like a little delayed. So you probably don't want to be like riding a bike while doing it or some crazy shit. But imagine you're just somewhere and you can just stream whatever your eyes are seeing. I think that'd be really awesome.
I really thought Google Glass a couple years ago would be bigger than what it ended up being, and now it's.
It was just a project that went DOA.
Yeah. All right, to continue. Do you have anything to add?
No.
Teddy, you're kind of silent. Are you all right?
Yeah, totally.
Is the alcohol wearing off?
A little bit.
Okay, that's all right.
Doesn't affect me.
Hey, remember we talked about the Atari box?
Yes.
Well, it's been officially unveiled. I put it as the quick hits because it's an NES classic like micro console for Atari.
Except the one with no games.
Except for it has a lot of games.
It has games, but like
nothing big.
Nothing like
Nothing
Super Mario Brothers.
Okay.
I mean, we can all like kind of agree on that. I mean, as much as you want to.
They don't have as much depth as something.
It'd be like Atari, let's go.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of Atari classics for people.
There are. It's just nothing as hard hitting as Super Mario Brothers.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's harder to really be like, I definitely want that kind of deal. We should cut it off there though.
I got 3 left.
I mean, it's gonna overheat.
That's okay. We'll give it a minute.
All right.
Is it gonna blow up?
I hope not.
Okay.
Because
real quick.
really
They're called quick hits.
Okay, then quickly.
Okay.
Hit them.
The regular sized new Nintendo 3DS has been the production has been ceased in Japan, and it's rumored to happen in the US soon as well. The writing is kind of on the wall for the 3DS as a whole, but for now they're pretty steadfast saying, "Oh, it's only the new 3DS. It's not the XL. It's not the regular 3DS or the 2DS." PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which we mentioned earlier, is getting a first-person only server next month, which makes the game much, much more difficult because then you're stuck. I prefer first-person mode, but then you're stuck. You can't see in third person. You can't creep around the window to see if somebody's inside different buildings and shit. And finally, the Destiny 2 beta has begun on PS4 and Xbox One. You can link your Bungie Net account with your Battle.net account, and they're already having server issues with Destiny 2, go figure.
Let's be professional.
Back to reality here. Inside jokes.
Christ.
So I just wanted to mention real quick. I don't know, did you see the part about Doomfist last week? When we talked about Doomfist and I butchered his name.
Yeah.
I said that he was a very generic
He is?
black dude. Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He's just a black dude with a gauntlet. But I should have cited the article. There was a really good article on Polygon with a writer who's actually from Nigeria. I should have came prepared for this. Read his article and it completely changed my mind about it because apparently, like, the colors, even for the generic skins that aren't considered legendary, like the common ones or whatever, the colors are specific to the religion that that character is a part of, a real life religion. And he, it's reflected by the necklace or whatever that he wears or something. They actually put, long story short, is what I'm saying is that after doing some research, it's clear that Blizzard actually put some thought into his look and did some research for, right.
Yeah,
And-
what he wears, what he wears. So.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that after researching it a little bit, I have a little bit more of an appreciation for it. So I'm willing to give him a chance. I'm not a big fan of his design, but it's also probably because I'm a privileged white dude that I was not educated on the backstory of anything related to Nigeria or that religion, so I just want to put that out there. I should have cited the author's name, who wrote the article, but yeah, it's pretty cool. There's actually some thought that went into his design and also his legendary outfits besides this. What the fuck are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing at shit. I'm just sitting here waiting.
Okay. Just wanted to mention that I gave Doomfist, Doomwatch, Doomfist, whatever, kind of a second chance. Okay, the big thing this week. Zip.
The big thing.
The big thing. Kind of a coincidence since we were just talking about penises. EVO 2017 was this week. Are you familiar with EVO?
Yes.
Are you familiar with EVO?
I'm very familiar with Evo, though I didn't really watch any.
World Fighting Championship.
No, I didn't either. I'm a big fighting game fan. I don't watch a lot of competitions, but I like playing them. But there were some big highlights this week, so I'm going to mention them. Jump in anytime. They've announced the first annual EVO Japan. It's going to be in January 26th to the 28th of 2018 in Japan. And ARMS will replace Super Smash Bros. Melee at the event.
Fucking ridiculous.
That's pretty big.
Shit.
Smash 4, which is the one on Wii U, will still be there. But it's a pretty big deal because Melee has been at every EVO event since its inception, I believe.
True.
Pretty much.
I forget what year it
I
started.
think in the States it got cut one year, but people
Threw a fit.
threw a massive bitch fit about it.
Now, you talked about ARMS a little bit earlier. I haven't played it. Have you? Or actually, I did play it at PAX.
Played it at PAX.
I'm not a fan. But you are. How do you think that's going to go down in the fighting game community, which kind of thrives on like tight controls, not motion controls? Is it going to have its own niche in that, or are they just trying to force it?
I think seeing as though you can play it with a controller, I don't think the controls is necessarily the problem. I think what is going to become kind of what is going to define ARMS' future in competitive fighting games is probably how they choose to go about doing it. If it's doubles, then it's going to be really hard for ARMS to gain any traction because it can be easily cheesed in doubles. So matches are not that engrossing, or really you don't have to be as tactical in a doubles match because you can both play as Master Mummy and just fucking sweep shit. But at the same time, in a singles match, I could see how it could be very interesting, especially two really skilled players. But it will all depend on how it's presented and what the rules are. I feel like.
How many times? How many times did you get ID'd tonight?
I only got ID'd actually once. I didn't even. Yeah, just once.
At Peabody's?
That's it. No, actually, we didn't go to Peabody's.
You're right. At Olive Ridley's.
Yeah, and you said I was the drunk one. Holy shit.
What about the Monopole?
No, we just walked in. Oh wait, no, we did get ID'd at the counter, didn't we?
We did. I was trying to make it funny because you shaved.
Oh, yeah.
I was just picking on you.
Oh.
Kind of fell flat.
Yeah, the punchline didn't exactly hit.
The punchline, get it? Okay, continue. Do you guys remember Geese Howard?
I have no fucking clue.
Wasn't he in Fatal Fury?
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
I had to look it up, to be honest, but Geese Howard from Fatal Fury, which hasn't been around in like 20 years, he's going to be the first DLC character for Tekken 7.
How come I don't get these questions in the Quiztacular?
Abigail from Final Fight is going to be the next DLC character in Street Fighter V. I haven't seen him on screen. I gotta actually look it up because I'm interested. Apparently he's the biggest, in terms of screen size, the biggest Street Fighter character ever. That's a big deal.
Why isn't Hagar in Street Fighter V? Because that
was in Street Fighter 4.
Hagar wasn't.
Or was it Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
It was Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
That's too bad. They should just... They put the rest of the Final Fight characters in Street Fighter. Just put them in.
Cross the fucking universes. Congratulations.
Jeddah. Now
Teddy's passed the fuck out.
Whoa. Alright, we're gonna get through this. The drunk episode was not what we thought it was gonna be.
Holy shit.
Jeddah from Darkstalkers. He's gonna be a playable character in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I was never a big Darkstalkers guy.
Me too.
You either? Okay. They announced Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle at EVO. And the Arika Corporation announced, this is big, the Arika Corporation announced a follow-up to the Street Fighter EX series. Remember EX 1, 2, and 3?
Mm-hmm.
The 3D Street Fighter games, the only 3D Street Fighter games. Well, Arika made a bunch of original characters for that series. They retained ownership to those characters, and for decades now, it's been rumored like, oh, they're going to make their own fighting game with the EX characters. Well, it turns out now they're actually going to do it. And I don't know if this is some weird Japanese thing, or if this is the actual title, but supposedly the game is not called EX or anything. It's called Mysterious Fighting Game Title Undecided. Now, the way they marketed it during the announcement was that that was the actual title.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But Skullomania is coming back, and they announced a couple of other returning characters. That's going way back. Did you play those back in the day?
No.
I had EX 1 and 2. I never played 3. EX 1 Alpha, I had on PS1. That was super rare.
It was super blocky with the
Yeah.
fireball. Was
Yeah,
really
it's 3D.
weird.
They tried to do the Tekken thing with Street Fighter, and it didn't really work. But it kind of had like a cult following because of those EX characters. They're not technically Street Fighter characters, so... well, they're coming back. And according to Polygon, this was part of the press release. It says, Mysterious Fighting Game, title undecided, is currently in development for PS4 and will have a simultaneous release in North America, Europe, and Japan in 2018. The game will feature a limited beta test at the end of 2017. Pre-orders for Japan will be available during the beta test, but details on pre-orders for other regions as well as pre-order bonuses will be announced at a later date. Period. You guys are not going to last the rest of the episode. So this is what we're going to do.
What?
You what? You're good?
Yeah.
Well, let's see how good you are, guys, because when we come back, it's time for Quiztacular 9. With a special surprise.
Ooh. Special surprise.
The drunk episode, man. I don't know. Maybe next time we do a drunk episode, we should do it here. And drink here.
Maybe.
It's a learning process.
You find the button there, bud?
Yeah, I'm good. I got it.
Alright, gentlemen.
Lay it on us.
We're drunk. 2 of us are starting to pass out.
Who's drunk?
Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Alright then, so no one's drunk.
So, if you watched last episode, you realized that we had a great episode. We had a really good episode.
Yeah.
Despite Teddy not being here. Then we got to Quiztacular and didn't have enough questions. Because I emailed myself an incomplete version of Quiztacular 8. So Quiztacular 9 is kind of funny because I did the same thing again. Coincidentally, I have the rest of the questions.
So that's like 8 questions?
Let's try 6.
Alright, that works.
So, this is a one-time only thing. Next time I'll have enough, I promise. Alright, so 3, 2, 1 for the season. Quiztacular 9.
All 6 questions.
All 6 questions. So this is
Take it or leave it.
This is
the end.
This is something. Alright.
Isn't that Adele's song from one of the Bond movies? This is
Skyfall?
the end. Yeah.
Alright, so... Alright, we're just gonna do it.
Do it.
We're too intoxicated.
No one's intoxicated.
Nintendo!
Yeah.
Released their first ever video game home console in 1977 exclusively in Japan. It was an overnight success, selling 3 million units. What was the console called? Now, I don't know if you know. We said from now on, most of them are going to be multiple choice. They're not just going to be open-ended, okay?
Yeah.
The choices are Nintendo's first video game console.
77.
These are all, yes, these are all real consoles. Here we go. Was it the Color TV Game 6? Was it the Color TV Game Racing 112? Was it Computer TV? Or was it Color TV Block Kazushi? Color TV Game 6, Color TV Game Racing 112, Computer TV, or Color TV Block Kazushi?
I'll go with choice number 4. Fourth one?
Kazushi?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
You as well?
Mm-hmm.
Incorrect. It was Color TV Game 6.
Why the fuck was it the 6th
Which
one?
was followed up by Color TV Game 8. I don't know.
Even numbers.
Alright.
No points. Question 2. The Nintendo DS launched in North America on November 21st, 2004, and featured 9 launch games. Which of these were not one of them? Were not one of them. Was it Feel the Magic? Was it Ping Pals? Was it Mr. Driller Drill Spirits? Or was it Super Mario 64 DS? Feel the Magic, Ping Pals, Mr. Driller, or Mario 64?
I feel like Matt definitely knows this one, actually.
Matt doesn't definitely know this one. At least not right now.
I actually want to say Feel the Magic. Am I wrong, Matt?
I actually would be probably willing to bet. I don't remember Super Mario 64 DS at launch. Not particularly. I remember Pokemon Dash and a crossword game.
Okay, what's your answer?
I guess
Super
we'll
Mario
say Super Mario 64 DS.
Incorrect. Mr. Driller Drill Spirits was a launch title in Japan, but not in North America.
Driller?
64 was definitely a launch title. That was the
Really?
Really?
that was the launch title.
Because I remember Pokemon Dash, but I didn't remember
Okay.
64 DS.
Somebody's got to get a point here because we have 4 questions left.
Let's go.
The PlayStation Portable launched in North America on March 24th, 2005, and featured a whopping 16 launch titles. Which of the following was not one of them? Ape Escape on the Loose, Armored Core Formula Front, Metal Gear Acid, or Darkstalkers Chronicle The Chaos Tower?
Metal Gear Acid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Metal Gear Acid as well.
The correct answer is Armored Core Formula Front. Was a launch title in Japan, but
Yeah,
not in North America.
What? Man.
Question 4, we're halfway through. The Killer Instinct franchise was one of the most popular and influential fighting franchises of the 1990s.
Love it. Love it.
Alright.
Cinder for the win.
Came out the year Matt was born. Which character was the last boss of the original game? Was it Idol, Glacius, Riptor, or Fulgore?
It was Fulgore.
No, that's Idol.
No. Yeah,
What's your final answer?
it's Idol. Because Fulgore was, yeah, he's the dude with the spears on his hand, yeah. So it's Idol. Yeah, it's Idol.
It is Idol.
Yeah.
He was only in the first one, never appeared again. Because he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Dead AF.
I know my KI. Ultra Combo!
Combo
Breaker!
Question 5, tied 1-1.
Wait, I need to ask. Did you guys have a favorite KI character?
Fulgore. And Jago.
Spinal.
You?
Saberwolf, Orchid.
Well, it's between Spinal and Tusk for me.
I found
Tusk is
the
pretty cool.
Killer Instinct action figures that they just put out in Albany last time I went, a couple months ago. They had Fulgore too, and I didn't get it. Heartbreaking.
Good intel.
They are down there at the Toys R Us though. The originals, they're only $15 a piece. 30 actually. Anyway, question 5, tied 1-1. The original Street Fighter only featured 2 playable characters, but tasked the player with fighting against 10 opponents from 5 different nations. Which of these characters were not in the original game?
Which game were we talking about?
Street Fighter 1.
Okay.
Street Fighter.
Who was not in the original game? Was it Jen, Birdie, Vega, or Adon?
By Jen, do you mean like Jen, or do you mean Jin? Or Jen?
Jin is Tekken.
Well,
Jen,
I know, but Jen, like...
GEN.
G-E-N, the
Oh,
old...
Gen.
It's one way of pronouncing
Anyway.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Jen or Gen is the old man in the blue...
Can you
or
repeat
the
the
purple.
choices again?
Yes.
When I hear Jen, I think Jennifer. That's why I'm like,
Oh,
there's nobody named Jennifer.
No, it's,
Jen,
it's GEN.
Birdie, Vega, or Adon.
Okay.
For reference, Jen was the old man in the purple gi. I don't even think it was a gi, but
with
whatever.
the long beard.
Yeah.
It's
Birdie was the fucking weirdo biker guy from Final Fight. Vega had the fucking claw that was the Spaniard.
Who was not in it, right? From
Right.
Spain.
And
Yeah.
Adon was the...
He's a Muay Thai guy.
Exactly. From...
Fatal Fury.
No, he's from Street Fighter, but he was... what country was he from? Thailand. Yeah. Muay Thai.
Oh.
So what character was not
Not-
the original?
Right.
Can you run?
Jen,
Yeah.
Birdie, Vega, or Adon. All 4 are classic Street Fighter characters. Only one of them was not in the original game.
If I had to guess, I would say that's probably Vega.
Birdie.
Correct answer
It's Birdie.
is Vega.
Oh shit! Holy fuck!
There was a character with a claw that Vega was vaguely based on from Street Fighter 1. I don't remember his name.
Well, because I remember the controversy between Balrog, I think, and
Yeah.
Vega having a naming issue, so they didn't initially
In
put him in, and then they
Japan-
decided and put him in the second
In
one.
Japan, the boxer, which we know as Balrog,
Was Vegas.
was called... No,
Was-
he was called M. Bison for Mike Tyson.
Oh, yes. That's right.
And then Vega was actually the name of M. Bison.
Yeah.
In Japan.
Yeah.
And then...
There was some weird mix-up between them, and I remembered that. That's why I thought that Vega would have been the later one.
Final question. Teddy, you gotta get it right to tie.
Damn it.
It's a little known fact that Apple released a video game console in 1996, and it failed spectacularly, selling only 24,000 units worldwide. What was it called? The 4 answers are the Apple Bandai Pippin, the Apple Play Cable, the Apple Zemix, or the Apple Memorex VIS.
The Pippin.
I'm going to lose anyway.
The correct answer is the Pippin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matt wins again.
Fucking Vega.
And it's all thanks to Vega, I guess.
Thanks,
you,
Capcom.
We already have some corrections to do before next week. I'll figure those out. And some clarifications. Where the fuck are you going?
I'm stretching.
Okay. You can do that.
That's how he rolls, like Sonic.
We were a little drunk this time.
I'm tired.
We had fun tonight before we got drunk. Well, before we started filming. The great idea was to let the battery charge because somebody had a charged battery.
It was me.
His name rhymes with fret. Smellrose.
Like, it rhymes with Dean Ambrose.
His name is the prequel, Matt Belrose. He didn't charge the battery. So we said we've been talking about doing a drunk episode of the Leftover Pants
The
podcast
lost episodes.
since the beginning. We never did it. And then tonight we said we gotta let the battery charge, let's go downtown and get drunk. And then we'll come back and do a drunk episode. Well, by the time we got back, I was sober. And you guys were starting to tank a little bit. Am I wrong?
You've also worked nights like your whole working life.
I do. I stay up all night.
You're not wrong. You're not completely right.
The drunk episode was an experiment. We had fun though tonight.
Yeah.
It was a lot of
It's
fun.
a good night.
It was a good night. Next week we will be sober. Matt will be back from vacation. I will have a new job.
Mm-hmm.
You
I will keep it Chinesey.
will keep it Chinesey. Good night.
Adios.
Peace out.
Adios.
Good night, people of the world.